Hi everyone, welcome to our Wednesday TNT, again coming to you from the Chip Fair Lele Cafe along the Tai Muang Beach Road here in Pattaya. And not the only person in Pattaya, now the Prime Minister and his cabinet were down here yesterday throwing money for everyone around the area. Let's see what happened. We'll go to bangkokpost.com, 350 million baht sweetener for Andaman provinces, and the cabinet announced a 350 million baht development package for the Andaman coastline. Now, this was at a meeting in Ranong yesterday, basically to promote the government's land bridge project. Let us build the land bridge and we'll give you as much money as you want. And the Prime Minister, Srettha Thavisin, said after the meeting that 6 provinces will receive 350 million baht to finance 13 projects. That includes Ranong, Pattaya, Phuket, Krabi, Trang and Satun. And the Prime Minister gave no details of the projects, but we've got some coming up soon. That includes the improvement of piers on Koh Yao Yai and Koh Yao Noi in Pattaya, and a jetty linking Ranong and Koh Tung in Ranong. Now, this is a place I've been before when doing visa runs in the dim distant past. You cross from Ranong to Myanmar to this tiny little town called Koh Tung, right down the very south of a peninsula. Now we'll sort of get an idea of where it is here. This arrow here, that's Hua Hin. You've got Bangkok and Pattaya up there. And then down here you've got Koh Samui. And also this area of Ranong. Let's go in a bit closer and we can see Ranong on the right side, and the yellow is basically the border between Thailand and Myanmar. And then this little place right down the end of the peninsula, and there's really just this tiny little pier, and you arrive there and take about 20 steps and arrive at this temporary office, which is the immigration office. And you go in there, I think from memory you had to take a $20 US bill, but it had to be absolutely crisp and clean, otherwise they wouldn't accept it. And then they go tink on your passport and off you go on another 30-minute trip back to Thailand. Anyway, the bangkokpost.com did a story a little bit later covering a bit more about the project. Cabinet OK's 18 southern projects, and it's talking about 18 development projects with a total budget here of 552 million baht. Oh, here we go. 13 of the projects were proposed by the government, totaling a budget of 350, and then 5 projects were put forward by the private sector and valued at 202 million baht, including a community marina to promote trade and tourism along the Andaman coast, improvement of landfill areas for waste disposal in Phuket, let's hope they use them, a construction of Bang Yai Dam Phase 2 in Phuket, and tourism development focusing on medical emergency services in Krabi, and they're going to transform Trang province into a creative food city. All I remember there is these beautiful cakes, which were apparently very special. A smart port project in Pattaya, road improvement and public utility system enhancement in Ranong, improvement of the comprehensive waste management centre with a complete waste recycling system, and establishment of a floating boat pier at Pramong Beach in Koh Lip. But wait, there's more. Good morning, Tim. The renovation of Koh Yao in Pattaya, expansion of the water distribution system in Talang in Phuket, development of a learning centre about dugongs and endangered marine animals in Trang, improvement of the Ranong to Koh Song boat pier for tourism and travel in Ranong, and cultural and community-based tourism infrastructure development in Satun. We're just putting 2 plus 2 together. This spending fest was hosted by Ranong yesterday. Ranong, one of the 2 locations where there's proposed to be a new deep sea port as part of the land bridge project. Now, the other end of that is Chumpon. So do we expect the Prime Minister and the Cabinet to head to Chumpon over the next couple of weeks and throw some money around there? Now, interesting about this article, it's from the Bangkok Post. The article used 3 photos, and they were all of these canals with black water flowing into the beaches at Phuket. And it was 3 photos, 1, 2, another one, this is down at Coron Beach in Phuket, and not 2, but in fact 3 photos. And the black water flowing into the beaches of Phuket wasn't mentioned once during the entire article. It's our Wednesday TNT, the 24th of January, and thank you for joining us as we whip around Thailand, checking some of the main news stories. This story just captured the imagination of Thai media yesterday, was covered by, well, just about everybody. We'll start with the Khao English Facebook page. Netizens were perplexed by a widely shared video clip of a foreigner driving an open-top Bentley limousine with a young pet lioness next to him as he drives through a traffic-choked road in Pattaya. Some expressed concerns about the potential danger and whether the wild animal is protected from being kept as a pet. A lioness in an open-top Bentley. The best I can do is Steve Ross in a Honda HR-V. Bangkok Post also posted on their Facebook page, nervous onlookers keep an eye on a lion cub admiring the view from its owner's Bentley convertible in Pattaya. And Thai PBS World saying big cat cruising. A Thai woman has been identified as the owner of a young lion recently taken on a ride in a convertible in Pattaya. And the PattayaNews.com is giving us a bit more information. Thai government officials to probe tourist riding in convertible with lion cub in Pattaya. And the Thai National Parks Department is launching an investigation into a foreign man who was spotted driving through the streets of Pattaya in a Bentley, accompanied by what appears to be a lion cub in the back seat. And the incident came to light from a viral TikTok video posted by Ann Isan Russia. And the clip clearly depicted a white lion sitting in a luxurious open-top Bentley, traversing on the busy streets of Pattaya. Are we going to see a whole raft of new videos with exotic animals riding around in expensive convertibles? In the footage, several motorists appeared concerned and somewhat apprehensive about the lion's presence given the proximity between them and the animal. However, the lion itself seemed calmed and domesticated and appeared to have a collar and leash. And the Director General of the Department of National Parks said officials are attempting to identify the owner of the lion cub in question to check their ownership documentation. And currently there are only 4 individuals and 1 zoo in Chonburi Province who have legally declared their ownership of 15 lions. It is legal to possess exotic animals like lions in Thailand, but does require somewhat extensive permits and licenses. I'd be more worried about the food bill. And at the time of reporting, it's not clear if the foreigner in the video is the owner of the lion or how they acquired it. Well, apparently the owner has invited officials to go and visit them at their home. It looks like they've got more than 1 or 2 exotic animals. And the director further stated that based on the video, the lion is approximately 5 to 6 months old. It's a white lion that's currently in high demand, with each cub fetching a price of around 500,000 baht. And if you'd like to contact the Department of National Parks, if you see exotic animals travelling around the back of expensive convertibles, you can call 1362 on their hotline. A big day for Pita Limjareonrat today. The BangkokPost.com reports court rules on Pita case today. The former PM candidate's face hangs in the balance. The article says all eyes will be on the Constitutional Court ruling on the media shareholding case against Pita Limjareonrat, former leader of the Move Forward party, if the court finds Mr. Pita ran for office while knowing he held shares in a media business, in this case the broadcaster ITV, he could lose his MP status. Well, there's a lot more at stake than just Pita's fate, as we'll find out. Mr. Komsan, who Bangkok Post describe as a legal expert, believes the court is likely to rule against Mr. Pita, given its rulings on similar shareholding cases. He said the ruling could potentially lead to the dissolution of the Move Forward party, which has its own regulations prohibiting party members from holding media shares. If Mr. Pita is stripped of his MP status, this will mean that the Move Forward party had been run by a leader not qualified to be a party member from the beginning. But the Move Forward party yesterday released a video clip stating that Mr. Pita, who is now the party's chief advisor, will survive the media shareholding case against him and be reinstated as an MP. And Mr. Pita, for his part, denies the allegation, saying he only served as executor of the family's inherited shares. So it doesn't really matter what you or I think about that particular case. It's all now up to the Constitutional Court as they hand down their findings today. Now, another story that's been lurking around for, well, at least a couple of years, and this story, published by ThaiPBSWorld.com, new panel to review the Navy's Chinese submarine deal. And a new panel is expected to be formed today to review the Navy's procurement of Chinese-made submarines, this according to the new Defence Minister. The panel will comprise 13 to 15 members representing the Navy, the Finance Ministry, the Office of the Attorney General and the National Defence College. And there's also going to be 2 representatives from the opposition Move Forward party on that panel. And the Defence Minister said that the procurement contract remains unchanged, which means that the Royal Thai Navy will be procuring Chinese submarines, but if a Chinese frigate is to be acquired instead of the submarines, as has been suggested, there must be consent from the Cabinet. And the article finishes by saying the submarine deal's been bogged down for several years since Germany refused to supply the specified engines to China. I'm thinking that story's been lurking around for at least 5 or 6 years. But we've got a good news story to finish with today, and an 8-year-old set to kite foil across the Gulf of Thailand today. This is being reported by PattayaMail.com. And Tanawat, also known as Shane, the remarkable 8-year-old kite and wing foiling prodigy from Thailand, is gearing up for a record-breaking journey across the Gulf of Thailand today. And in a demonstration of remarkable skill and determination, 8-year-old Shane from Pattaya is set to cover an impressive 110 kilometres from Pattaya to Paknam Pran near Hua Hin. And that'd be setting a record for the youngest ever to achieve the crossing by kite foil. So I did a quick check, and we've got Bangkok at the top there, the Gulf of Thailand, and crossing from Pattaya to that beach just south of Hua Hin in Prachuap Khiri Khan. And born on the 11th of February 2015, Shane's been making waves in the world of kite and wing foiling since the tender age of 3, and his latest adventure is a significant step in his preparation for international competitions in 2024. Shane's Gulf of Thailand crossing attempt will be flagged off from, I think this is meant to say, the Pattaya Kite Surfing Club in Jomtien Beach. And this ambitious undertaking not only highlights Shane's exceptional skills and bravery, but also serves as a crucial preparation for his ambitious goals to become the youngest world champion in wing foiling and to represent Thailand in the Olympics. So good luck to young Shane as he heads off across the Gulf of Thailand. I'm sure we'll be able to report on hopefully his success tomorrow. But I mean, there are some days I can barely stand up on my own 2 feet, let alone on all that paraphernalia. Now, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. If you want to keep in touch with what's happening around Thailand, this is the place to do it. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Have a great Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow.